Hey, welcome to the video. Appreciate you coming along. So we're going to cover the San Francisco 49'ers and the Lions. But before we do that, we're going to go over real quick the scenario for the division, and we're going to throw the Eagles on top of that just because they're the only team that can supplant first place from either us or the Vikings, depending on how all of our games go. But we're going to break that down real quick right here, and then we're going to get to the game. So we got the Lions, the Vikings, and the Eagles. Now, we have 2 games left, Week 17, Week 18. We're going to go over everyone's first place scenario. We're going to get the Eagles out of the way because there's only one way the Eagles can get it. The Eagles have to win and win. The Vikings have to lose. The Lions have to lose next week. So that means the Packers have to win, San Francisco has to win, and the Eagles have to win. And the very next week, the Vikings have to beat the Lions, and the Eagles have to win. If that's the case, that's what you would end up with. The Lions would have to go down to 5th because of the divisions. We'd be basically the first wild card in a sense. And that's just that. That's the worst. That's the best the Eagles could hope for, and that's the worst the Lions could hope for. So the Eagles want us and the Vikings to do as bad as we possibly can. Now, because we play each other in Week 18, the Lions and the Vikings do, one of them's going to have to win, and that kind of screws it up for the Eagles. It makes it so where they have to win both. So let's go back. We'll take all these W's and okay. So that's the only way the Eagles can get first. So let's just say the Eagles win out further. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So next week, let's say the Vikings lose, the Lions lose, and then we beat the Vikings in the last week. We will have first. These guys will have second, and these guys will have 5th. Right now, the worst either the Lions or the Vikings at this point, I'm pretty sure can do is 5th, because we both beat Green Bay the first game, and that's an interdivisional game whether Green Bay makes it in or not. So that's kind of how this is going to play out. But the Lions can get first 2 different ways. The Vikings can get first only one way. So let's check this out. So the Lions can get first like this. Do the same scenario, but this time the Lions don't lose the first game. We win. And then we win against the Eagles. The Vikings. Right here, this already secures us 1 and division 1 before we even get to this game, because it puts us out of reach. They'll go back one more game, which leaves us 2 games ahead with only 1 game left to play, putting you a game out of reach. These guys can win all they want. It doesn't matter at that point. So Sunday's a big game for us. Sunday's the game that's going to tell us what's in this column right here. That will give the Vikings a loss. If we win, we seal the division. We seal it up with a win right here. Eagles can't catch us with a win. The Vikings can still catch us divisionally and therefore NFC-wise with a win by having us to force this game as a W. If they lose this game, it doesn't matter what happens here if we win. If we lose this game still matters. So this right here is a winning combination for making this not matter. Any other combination here, this being a W and this being an L, this being an L and this being an L together, this being a W and this being a W, any of those other combinations makes this game important. The only combination that doesn't, this one. This seals it. Otherwise, this game's important. You got that, man? Did you get it? If you need to watch it again, go ahead and watch it again. So we're either going to be, because we're in the same division, that's why we can't get second. Like if the Lions get first, the Vikings can't have second because 1, 2, 3, and 4 are division leaders. Then you got 3 more spots. And now that you know how to scribble and make things really easy, really difficult, let's go ahead and move on to kind of what our matchups look like for our next game on Monday Night Football. All right, so here's a little preview of the game from the NFL.
San Francisco at home for Monday Night Football, 2023 NFC title game rematch. Forgive Detroit if they feel a little like Mason the Line Dixon to the 49'ers Rocky Balboa.
The 49'ers have won this crazy championship game, and they are going to the Super
Yeah, that was crazy.
Bowl.
Lions aren't buying into the Hollywood script, though. They have no problem taking out an old beat-up has-been if it means locking up home field for the playoffs.
Did you see that nostril flare right there? Watch it. He's like a bull, dude, coming out the...
Locking up
Look at his
home field
nostril.
for the playoffs.
Here's what Dan Campbell had to say this week. Nobody writes our story. There's a lot of football left.
You got everything
That's right.
money can buy, but what it can't buy. Not pride in this case, the number 1 seed. Detroit is oh so close, but with Minnesota on their A, they can't let off the gas.
Nope.
Offense went for 34 points versus Chicago, so 34 plus in their last 3 each.
Back looking, throwing end zone.
It's going to be the same
Detroit Lions.
against San Francisco.
Jameer Gibbs on the receiving
Exactly the
end.
same.
49ers
Mid-30s.
don't have anything on the line at this point. Lions taking on a defense that gave up 29 points to Miami. Not one sack, no takeaways.
He's going to throw for the end zone, caught, touchdown. It is Tyreek Hill.
But there is some fight in there. Goff faces a secondary that held Tua Tagovailoa to a low 90s rate, just 6.3 yards per attempt, only 215 yards.
There's nowhere to throw that ball.
Jared was literally toying with the Bears at times, comes in off a 3-touchdown, 137 rate, 330-plus yard game, 280-plus yards 3 straight, 100-plus rate 4 straight.
Yeah, they're having fun with it.
49ers had trouble with the tight end and running back positions a week ago. Goff has Sam Laporta, 43 yards
Yeah.
and a touchdown versus Chicago.
Let me tell you, dude. Sam Laporta has come alive. He's come alive. JMO alive the last 4 games, dude. I just don't see the firepower getting stopped. They have too many people on IR just like us, so it's not like all their starters are there to beat up on us. If anything, we're getting a few guys back, and our next man up system is, I'm sorry, it's just better. It's just better. You can tell by the record it's just better. Because we have way more injuries, and our record's stellar. Something's going on with our team. What is in the water over here? Or what is in the water in San Francisco where these guys just can't come back? Nobody has to drive. I don't know what's going on over there. But this is looking like a 10-point win. This is looking like a 2-score margin. Slightly 2. 14 at best, but definitely a 10. I see this being a 10-point margin.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions! Oh my goodness!
Beauty.
Jameer Gibbs is a
That was a beauty.
pass catcher, 45 yards last week.
Gibbs with blockers. First down and more. Still going.
And he has a couple fine wideouts. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 70 yards and a touchdown in his most recent outing.
St. Brown works his way inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown.
St. Brown over 1,000 yards for the year now. Jamison Williams up to 890 after going for 143 versus Chicago. He's fast.
Ridiculously fast. And there's
Watch out. Here it comes.
playing off man.
Here it comes.
Jonathan Nolan.
They finally got it. They finally got him full speed. They finally got him full speed. Watch out.
It's week 16.
They've been trying to get that for 2 seasons.
Last 4 each. Their line also assisting Mr. Gibbs to the tune of 109 rush yards, 4.7 a trip. Scored Jameer at 1156 and 12 TDs for the year.
Oh, in there. See how he kept that leg up?
49ers defense he faces this week gave up 70 receiving yards to Devon Achane, 120 rush yards. They did not play the running back well in that loss.
There he goes. He's got wide open space. Achane!
Here's the thing. They're going to have to decide whether they want to try to stop Jameer or if they're going to let him run and play more of his own secondary look, because Goff will eat you alive. He can stow against the zone. They might get an interception against Goff in this game. It's definitely possible. 49ers can read Goff pretty good. But our team's just gotten better. Between Tim Patrick and Jamison Williams stepping up this year, Laporta's coming back alive. He's just been sitting waiting. He didn't know when they were going to throw him the ball. And all of a sudden, he's getting the ball, touchdowns. He's part of everything now. Our defensive line starting to come back together a little bit, even with the injuries. It's going to be a good one.
Niners' own run game. on its like 14th running back. Patrick Taylor didn't do much in Miami. Brock Purdy in the passing attack generated 310 plus yards. BCB with a couple of touchdowns.
Touchdown it is. Saubert with the catch.
Juwan Jennings, 51 yards, now has 856 for the year.
Down the field it goes to Jennings. What a catch.
Debo recovered from the brick to the choppers, I guess. Samuel, 96 yards and a touchdown versus the Dolphins, had been quiet for a while.
Fights for it. What an effort. Debo into the end zone.
And Mr. Crazy Puff, Crazy Poof, George Kittle led them with 106 yards, 967 for 2024.
Up top, look at Kittle make the catch and rumble.
You gotta be careful with that guy. Gotta be careful with him.
49ers offense only mustered 17 points versus the Dolphins, under 18 points in 4 of their last 5 now.
This is what I'm worried about right there for them.
Against a Detroit
Telling
team
you.
that held Chicago to 17 points, a beat-up group, so that was a nice showing as they wrap up the regular season.
Oh, fumble comes loose. And the Lions.
No, I'm seeing San Francisco's definitely going to score more
Brock
than
does
Chicago
face a
did.
secondary that gave up over 330 yards to Caleb Williams, a couple of touchdowns, a rate over 100, over 75 yards allowed to Rome Odunze, over 140 to Keenan Allen.
Yeah, they're going to score on us, dude. Brock Purdy's going to find a way to get a couple guys the ball. The running game ain't going to be able. They ain't going to be able to run. Man, it's going to be tough, dude.
Runs. Caleb did hurt him with a few scampers, though.
This is the thing. Brock Purdy can move, but he ain't no Caleb Williams. They don't have. It's going to be kind of the same game. It's going to be kind of the same game. San Francisco's better than Chicago, definitely, but just coaching-wise, it's heads and shoulders above Chicago. But they also have the talent there, too. Their injuries are what's going to keep us.
Last year's playoff
this
meeting
out of
between
reach
these
for 'em, I
two
think.
was one year's playoff meeting between these two was one of 3 they've been involved in. We don't need to rehash what just happened, so let's rehash their second playoff encounter, 1983 divisional round, really good game. So you have Detroit quarterback
Joe Montana.
Gary Danielson. Wow, no touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and yet Detroit rides Billy Sims to 100 plus yards, 2 TDs, and a lead in the fourth quarter. San Francisco's quarterback, Joe Wyoming. He leads a late drive, which he wasn't very good at normally, hits Freddie Solomon from 14 out to win it 24-23.
That's when he started getting real good, dude.
A 24-23 victory.
That's the Joe Montana
entitled
started
the
getting real good.
49ers to vie for their second NFC championship in 3 seasons.
Look at that. This is the picks right here, dude. Wow. See, people aren't putting our scores high enough, dude. They think San Francisco's D. They're giving them some cred, bro. Well, okay, 35-26. That's shook. He's in third. 33-22. See, these are the kind of scores I'm talking about. 28-17. See, he's thinking we might. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. Are we going to be able to score on them? I mean, are they going to be scoring on us more than like two touchdowns? Or do you think Brock Purdy's going to be limited to 2 with like a field goal? A few field goals. I mean, who knows what they're 28? That's saying that's giving their defense a little cred. See, I'm looking more like this. I don't think their defense. I think we're going to be on the field too much. I think they're going to be able to bomb the ball. They're going to be able to score a couple times in the first half. Get themselves up into the 20s like this guy's looking at it. I don't know if he's looking at it that way, but that's how I'm seeing the score. And then we're just going to keep scoring. I think we're going to score at least 33 points. I just think we're going to if they don't get rid of the ball, if they don't do some screens, get some chunk plays, if they don't get their O-line to hold off at least a couple drives, you know, because they're hurting, dude. They're hurting on the O-line. And our O-line's stellar, dude. Still stellar. Looking good, dude. Our D-line's starting to come back together, too. I mean, I don't know if San Francisco's going to have it rough against us this year. Let's just put it that way. I'm giving us a 10-point lead on that one. So let's go ahead and check out one of their main injuries right here. So we look at San Francisco 49ers. We can see their top news is over here. They're putting Trent Williams on injury reserve. I believe he's their backup. All right, so they won't have Trent Williams for the rest of the season. All right, so he's out for the last 2 games. They signed Matt Hennessy, who was actually a pretty damn good offensive lineman. He's a 3rd-round draft pick. Yeah, they got some of their top players out. They got their number 1 running back out, just like we do. But we had a 2-headed monster. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. He's his own. He's a starting running back. Okay, so it doesn't matter. He can start for any team and be a badass. he would be making Christian McCaffrey look like a bum. I don't know. Christian McCaffrey's pretty damn good when he's not injured. But I mean, the Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. I mean, they got some of their offensive linemen are out. If you look at their list, there's like 16 deep on there. So we're playing a banged up team. We're banged up, but we're playing for something, and they're really not. There's nothing they can do to catch up. So they're out of this game, and they're playing the Cardinals next week, who are also out. So I don't even see why they would even play their starters, unless you're just trying to, because they're being paid, They're looking forward to the future already. I just don't know how they're going to play. I don't know how they're going to play it. We're going to play it. We are playing, dude, because we are playing. We'll beat them 50-0, dude. We don't care. Which I think it's going to be hard to call this game only because of who's going to play what. They don't really have anything to play for besides contracts, and who knows, there's a lot of guys on that team that are wanting to get out of there possibly. They can see the writing on the wall. And there's a couple guys that are about to be ready to go anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. San Francisco's a place to be too. So we'll see. So I think Trent Williams was their second string. Now they're having to get another guy, like, bro. But they got, from what I was reading earlier, they got some moves they can make. It's not like they're gonna, they have a next man up and a practice squad signing practice that seems to work pretty well for them. But I can definitely see us beating these guys at home with something to prove. Considering last year, they could also be ready to play spoiler, dude, knowing that they ain't going in and trying to hem us as much as they can. Why wouldn't they? That's all they got. But we'll see. I'm thinking I'm looking at like a 33-24 game, something like that. 33-21 maybe. Maybe we even get more. Maybe we blast on them, get like 40. I mean, who knows? But I'm gonna say mid-30s, somewhere around. I'm gonna say 33-21. I don't see him scoring. I think our defense is going to hold them. I think their offensive line is falling apart enough. I say we get like 4 sacks this game, 3 or 4 sacks. I'm hoping. Like, that's what I want to see. We're probably going to see like 2 half sacks, and then Purdy running for like 40, 50 yards. That's probably what we're going to see. But I just don't see him scoring. That's okay. Let's give him 24 or 33. That's what I'm going to say. 24-33, and then we win this game. But dude, the big game, the huge game, the massive game is the Green Bay Packers and the Vikings. That holds more weight right now than any game we've even watched this entire season. Because if they lose and we win, dude, it's over. This whole thing can be wrapped up for us Monday with a win. Like, it could be done. We could just be sitting back going, oh my God, we got first, we're chilling. We can make all the videos we want about being in first place, and it's never been there. And then we can start talking about other teams and what they're going to do. And, man, we'll have a lot of stuff that we can talk about besides the Lions at that point. Which I love talking about the Lions. But it'd be nice to just talk about somebody else. To not be looking towards the draft already. To actually see, wait, what's going on around us at the playoffs? We're already in. What's everybody else doing? It'll make watching the first wild card Sunday. Bro, it's weird. We've never had that feeling. I don't even know what that's going to feel like. Like, oh, we're sitting at home. We're waiting. We're gonna watch these guys, see who we're playing. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we've never been there. Never. It would be nice. It would be nice. Dan Greenland's out too. All right, so basically the 49'ers they're just injured. They're like us. But Campbell said we're not resting anybody. The 49'ers have little to play for. With 2 games remaining in the 2024 NFL season. Now this is before I start, this is what's that, Peacock Sports? What the hell is that? ABC Sports? Or NBC Sports. Okay, so this is NBC Sports by Tristy Rodriguez. This was published on Christmas. The 49ers have a little to play for with 2 games remaining in the 2024 season after officially being eliminated from playoff contention, but that won't alter the Detroit Lions game plan for their Week 17 matchup. Remember, we played them last year, and it was a heartbreaking loss. A heartbreaking loss to them. Oh, my Lord. Oh. On the other end of things for the Lions, 13-2, the Monday Night Football tilt might not matter for Detroit's playoff seedings. The scenarios are endless, but there's only one mindset for Detroit's coach, Dan Campbell, entering Monday's contest is to win with their entire roster. He said, I'll make this easy for everybody. That way all the critics can jump out and start attacking. But that way you don't have to debate them anymore. So I remember he came out in the press conference and said this. We're bringing everything we got to this game, and we are playing. I don't care what it looks like and where it's at and who's this, who's that. We're going out to play, win this game, out to the West Coast, so there you go. He's like, we're bringing it. Everything's getting packed in the luggage bag. We're not leaving the soap behind. We're not leaving the towel behind. We're not leaving the deodorant. Definitely not leaving the deodorant behind. And you'll be beating up on San Francisco. Get you sweaty. Detroit can clinch the NFC's #1 seed if we beat San Francisco in Week 17 and Minnesota loses to Green Bay. We need them to lose on Sunday. The game, we can watch it live. Since the Lions don't play until Monday, they'll know 24 hours prior if we can clinch the #1 or not. So we'll know Sunday night after that game whether our Monday night game's going to be able to clinch it or not. Like if the Vikings win, we can't clinch. But if the Vikings lose, we can clinch. That's the bottom lines. Nonetheless, Campbell is approaching Monday's game against 49'rs with playoffs implications the least of his worries. He's simply focused on winning. We know what we're getting ready for. Look, we have to win regardless. Like, if the Vikings win, we got to win. If the Vikings lose, we got to win. Regardless. So this game definitely, like, no matter what you do, no matter how you break it down, you got to win the next game. Like, that's just, come on now. We know what we're getting ready to walk into, and we know we have to win, Campbell said. We have to win, and it's on to the next one. If anything, Monday is a chance for revenge for Campbell and his Lions, who fell to the 49'rs in last year's NFC Championship game. That's right. That's why it hurt last year when we lost to them. It was a painful experience.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
We were really thinking we were going to go all the way. Everything we got goes to San Francisco. Everything we got, man, Campbell said. We know what this was last year. We went out there and we weren't able to win, so this will be good. We're looking forward to this. Oh, man, are they ever. And so are we. All right, so I hope you got informed on that. And I hope we know that we are cheering for Green Bay this weekend. It is not a faulty cheer because we need Green Bay to win. And they can win. They barely lost the first game, and they've gotten better since then. They have a good record. And Minnesota hasn't played anybody strong yet. They've been playing a bunch of weaklings. They got 2 badass teams coming up right in a row. Now, we do have a short week against them next week, but after playing Green Bay, they're going to be a little beat up, I know, because it's a divisional game. We beat up enough on the Bears to where it was a divisional game, but it wasn't tough like this game between those two is going to be. We know from around here, we know what this game going to be like. There's a lot to play for because Green Bay needs to try to win out too. Because if they can win out, it'll put them in a little bit better position too to possibly gain a spot on the rung. So basically, everybody in our division, even though we have all these wins stacked up, we're all trying to still win out. It still matters at this point in the game. And that's what's so cool about it. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you understood what I was trying to say when I was drawing all my stupid pictures. And listen, this is a brand new screen recording system for me. I used one before, and I was always adjusting. It felt like the audio was stretched out or something, and it just never, it was off. It was obviously off when I was recording. I'd have to adjust it like a lot. This one, I don't have to adjust anything. I record, I'm done, everything's perfect, I love it. But so as you can see, I'm on the bottom of the screen here with the background taken out already. I don't have to do it post, which is nice. It should make my video editing a lot easier. I can put myself on the other little template I had where I was sitting behind that little desk kind of thing. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I can do all that stuff too. But this is kind of a test video. I like being able to go on my screen and do stuff while I'm still sitting here looking around. So that makes it nice. And so if you can bear with me on trying to figure out this, that'd be cool. Appreciate that. And again, if you're new here, please please subscribe. Really helps out the channel. And if you are a subscriber, again, I appreciate you guys watching my videos, liking my videos. I'd love to see some more comments. Nobody's really commenting on my videos. I gotten a few likes here and there. So if you guys can throw some comments in there, put some likes in there, unless you're all just my family members, you don't have to. I don't know if all the few subs I got are family. I don't know. We can talk shit. Look, get on here. Let's talk. But if not, please leave some comments. Like the videos. That way more people can see them. And again, I really appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next one. Go Green Bay. and go Lions. One pride.